Hello, friends. Steve here, and I just got done with a one of my ancestral healing code courses, and this is with Thomas Hubel, who's a mystic trauma therapist, and then also a therapist, Serene Thin Elk, who is Lakota Dakota Sioux, um, an indigenous woman from South Dakota who is working with ancestral trauma within the native people in her area. Lovely human being, very evoked a lot of emotion for me, I noticed. And that was good. And so, following that 2 hour course this morning, I did a 2 hour session with a client, which really did a lot more good and really related to what was addressed within the Ancestral Healing Code course. So, moving from that, so you can just bet, you can lay some money on that in your ancestral lines, there's been trauma. And in epigenetics, they study how that trauma of your ancestors shows up in you. So if your ancestors had trauma, you you got it in you. And some suggest, and I think it's true, that the Akashic Records, which is the kind of the history of your life, is contained within your neural system, within your spinal cord. And this seems to be true. Otherwise, how do we get all these memories, and when they do hypnosis, how do they take you back to when you were like in the womb or 3 months old or whatever? And then the whole image of that just comes back to you, or another lifetime. That's another whole level that is interesting to work with. But without having had experience of it, it's probably difficult to comprehend, because how do you go back to a lifetime that occurred in the past and experience it as if it's going on now? Or is everything going on now? And that's a good possibility. And I can't answer that question if you have it, but I can offer it as a good question for you to ask yourself. Okay, so we're going to go through and set up a healing field. So I suggest that you state out loud, I connect to my deep self. Notice what happens. Notice what happens each time you say one of these things. I connect to my higher self. I connect to my highest self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. And I choose to release anything not useful to me now. And if you want help with your personal work by seventh dimensional beings who will not interfere but will assist you to release and let some things go, you can say, I choose to work with the Hathors. Now, I ask that we be placed in a field of protection while we do this work. And I ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good to release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls affected by this event to return to the event to release and integrate the energy of the event for themselves. And I ask that they be placed in a field of protection while they do their work. And upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels and through all space and time. Okay, that sets the healing field for today. There's always a world healing field going on, and then there are healing fields within the world healing field that are for specific days, weeks, months, whatever. But so we have an event that we've gone back to on a soul level that we're releasing and integrating the energy of that event as I give you a little reading from the Mayan calendar. So today is a blue electric night day. And the electric tone is about activating, bonding, and service. And so the top statement is service is love made visible. And I had a spiritual teacher who used to say work is love made visible, which is service. Tone 3 represents the sacred trinity in all of its manifestations. The energy of 3 moves us beyond polarity, ushering in the electrifying current of activation. Instead of the give and take of 2, kitty coming over. Try to get my cookies. Okay, we'll see if we can get through this. Ushering in the electrifying current of activation, instead of the give and take of 2, we access the dynamic exchange which 3 makes possible. Energy is now capable of bonding. I just have to tell you that she's putting her head under my hand in a sneaky way to get pets. A genius way. She's not sneaky, it's just ingenious that she just puts her head under my hand and then says, well, do something with that hand. So I'm going to do something with that hand. Okay, we access the dynamic exchange which 3 makes possible. Energy is now capable of bonding, allowing for an expanded dimension of structure and creational possibilities to emerge. This new dimension awakens creative currents, inspiring circulation, variability, and fresh potential for alignments. An activated being is alive with their sense of mission, setting their truths in motion, accepting the opportunity to be of service. We bridge energetically with other beings in the light of collective goals. Healing of the world, healing of ourselves, healing of humanity, healing of the animal kingdom, healing of the plant kingdom, healing of the water, healing of the water, healing of the water animals, healing of everything. We're just big into healing. On a large or small scale, offering oneself in service, willingness to jump in when needed and assist the surrounding circumstances is a simple yet highly spiritual act. Acting on behalf of others as well as the biosphere and future generations, we access a virtue of selflessness. The greater acts of service are in recognition that those we help are in no way separate from ourselves. That in some way we are merely one aspect of creation assisting another aspect of creation. In active service to life, the path of Dharma fills our days with meaningful work, which may or may not even have rewards outside of the tasks themselves. May we rise to meet the blessing of participating in this great work, the endless work of love. So that's the electric tone of service. And then we have today is a blue night. And the blue night, blue relates to the West and it relates to transformation. It's related to the solar plexus and it's about dreams, abundance, and intuition. And then from the Yuahu lineage, which I think are the people of the Yucatan Peninsula, they said, what occurs around you and within you reflects your own mind and shows you the dream you are weaving. So blue night represents enclosing darkness, the place of mystery, the sanctuary of inner self. The code dream offers the perspective that the living universe is fluid and malleable. Unlimited creative intelligence which shapeshifts in response to our inner perceptions. Likewise, all that we encounter and everyone around us are dream figures within our dream, reflecting both conscious and unconscious parts of ourself. What are you dreaming up in your life? We have the ability to awaken at any moment and lucidly dream our waking reality. As we let go of rationale and find trust in our intuition, we access abundant inner resources to uniquely guide our journey through infinite dreamscapes. Blue night is directly associated with redeeming materialism by honoring the ever-present abundance of the universe's gifts. True wealth is not found in acquisitions or material goods, but rather is revealed as the treasure of gratitude, acknowledging the blessings of plenitude that already exists. This heartfelt energy magically attracts that which fulfills our desires and dreams. Acknowledge the abundance in our life. It creates waves of grace on which to move in the world. Generosity means giving, and it begins in the heart by affirming confidence in the abundance of the universe. Abundance flows in a circle, so when you fear and think scarcity thoughts, then the flow of abundance in our lives becomes constricted. Generous actions from a generous heart bring peace and abundance for you and all in the circle. Recognize that you always have something to give and then share it with others. And that's from the Venerable Dhyani Yuahu. So that is the Mayan calendar reading for the day, a blue electric night. And it's all about dreams and abundance and intuition, paying attention, letting life direct us more and more, which I think in the upcoming period of time is going to be our resource. To feel supported in certain movements, in certain directions, feel the pull of directions, feel the gentle push in directions, and be led by our intuition. So to finish up this video, I'm going to say the last words in the healing session that we went back to. And I'm going, if you don't feel complete, then pause and then come back and do this when you feel complete. But I ask the higher self to help support all the souls that have returned to the event to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into the body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, and clarity, compassion, creativity, and kindness. And with peace and joy, I ask those souls to ground themselves in the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies into the earth at this time. And I ask that those new energies be brought in now. And I ask that they be activated. And I let the universe beyond know that this has been done and that is good. Have a lovely 27th of March, and I'll see you next time I make a video. Now let's go.